Hey guys, real quick, before we get into the episode, I just wanted to point out that we did have some audio issues on this one at Texas 2K. Unfortunately, the backup of the backup of the backup failed, so it does start to sound a little rough a few minutes in, but nonetheless, it was a great episode. Hopefully, I cleaned it up enough to be somewhat tolerable to listen to, but nonetheless, I appreciate the support, so let's get to it. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Monoxide Podcast. I'm your host, Harris, a.k.a. Monoxide, man of many automotive aspirations. And today we are going beyond the meat with Kevin Von Voris. Did I nail it?
Van.
I knew I was going to mess something up. I knew I was going to mess something up.
Too much pressure.
And then, of course, I'm here with my lovely co-host, Dan, a.k.a. Gunnick Garage.
Yep. Hi. How's it going? I'm going to be real slow today. This isn't like PRI. This has been rough this week. So...
Yeah, PRI put us through hell. That was a rough one. We did multiple podcasts down in Indy.
That's cool, though.
We had to go across the entire stadium.
So it's on my list to go hopefully next year. So.
Dude, it's awesome. There's a lot of I saw the Scrap Life Garage Demon over there.
Yeah.
That was really cool to see in person.
Yeah.
Because the videos don't show texture.
No. Yeah, actually we caught on fire. That's cool. Yeah.
And you're doing something with the Demons. I was going to rattle it off from what I know about you, and then we'll go from there. So I know you're an entrepreneur, gym owner.
Yeah.
Got that right?
Yep.
I know you're working on a wrecked demon of some kind.
Yep.
You're just an overall Mopar guy. I've been seeing your Trackhawk on my Instagram for years.
Yeah. Yep.
It's a Trackhawk, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay. Just want to double check it wasn't an
You're
SRT.
You're good.
Yeah, but you've done a number of fun things. So there's a lot of different places we can start. But since we're here at Texas 2K, let's just start off with that. How'd it go?
So far, it's good. Fastest is 920. The air yesterday was like 3100 DA. If you know anything about density altitude, it wasn't very good. But so for a stock car, I'm super happy with how it's doing. So it can go a little bit faster, but I mean for a stock car, it's cool. So
I know though. So you're the first demon that's bagged as well, though, right?
probably gonna be the only one. Probably the only one, because I'm the only idiot dumb enough to do it. But yeah, so.
But still, running 9 seconds on a bag car it's pretty.
No, it's cool.
Yeah.
I had a Charger before this, like 3 years ago. I went 8s on bags.
Sorry about that. We had another technical error. It's been about 15 episodes since one of these, but nonetheless, back to the show.
Yeah. So you were talking about moving back to the Dodge struts.
So I'm gonna use the OEM struts just because I talked to one of the engineers, and that's what the whole deal with the 170 is, the struts. On the original Demon, it was the springs, so taking out the struts wouldn't do much. This one, I'm going to throw the struts back in and see kind of what the difference is. Okay. But it hooks just fine. I cut 1.2s in it like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. Well, I blame Texas for all of my my IT problems, man.
That's fine.
It's okay. But nonetheless, okay, so we touched on a number of topics. I know, so we touched on the Demon Texas 2K. So, yeah, you guys are a sponsor here at events. So you guys had a kick-ass drink here. So I know it's not car related, but I do want to talk about it because it was really good.
Yeah.
What's the deal with that?
I'm a huge energy drink person. Like, I drink several a day. For years, I don't know about you guys, I hate coffee. Like, I don't like it.
Yeah,
I've tried it hot, cold. So in my head, I'm like, I should just figure out something that I could sell in the future. So we started selling them at my gym, and I wanted to do a non-carbonated, so that way, like, you could sip on it throughout the day and not lose any flavor. That's the only thing I don't like about energy drinks is, like, they're good, but they last, like, I don't know, if it's hot outside, it's like 10 minutes.
It's not something you want to slam at, like, 200 or 300 milligrams of caffeine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's literally where it came from. And then we've been selling them at my gym for over 2 years. And I was like, well, let's take them to 2K, and let's just see what, like, normal, everyday people think. And then if they like them, then I'll move to the next step, so to speak. So, yeah.
I'm curious, what did you guys use for, I'm not going to go too much depth. What did you guys use for a sweetener in there?
It depends. Some of them are sweetened with, like, Splenda or Stevia.
Okay.
It depends on the kind of the flavor. So it's all, like, no calories, there's no sugar or anything, which is obviously, like, I don't like gym, and I don't like drinking calories anyways, so I drink diet stuff all the time. But yeah, that's the whole point of it. So, and a lot of people like it, which is cool. So, like me at our gym, you could buy like a 32-ounce like drink if you wanted of it. You can get it with or without caffeine. So, like, if you just want something refreshing, you just get something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Kind of like a brewery, right? You go in and get
kind of.
Yeah.
For energy drinks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was nice to come around here. And I know you're a Demon parked over here just slammed. Like, we were coming in here, and everybody just gawking at it. And you said stock, but like you got the carbon door panels.
Right.
And I think what else?
No, so I have we put on the carbon doors and the carbon lid probably a couple days ago.
Sorry, your cover is...
Oh, the biggest.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, put the carbon doors and the carbon trunk lid on like literally a few days ago. So I did that, did a race seat, a tilted race seat, just like all the bike guys, and then put on the air ride suspension, then TBM brakes, and then 15-inch black all the way around, and that's pretty much it. So from a suspension standpoint, no, it's not stock, but from an engine, transmission, ECU, it's all stock.
I'm curious. So you had the original Demon too, right? How does it compare? Is it just faster?
Literally not even the same.
Really?
Yeah. It feels like you're driving a very heavily modded Hellcat, or heavily modded. So even the transmission's way different. Like it downshifts, like it chops like hard. So it's super nice. Like you just rip it. It's really fast. I was kind of surprised. So,
Yeah. Did you do a lot of stuff on the street, like just shaking it down?
Not really. Like literally, we got it at the dealership. I drove it to my brother's shop, and we literally started ripping it apart. So yeah, because I've already done all that. I've been the Hellcat build. I've done all that stuff, so I already know how it all works. So I was like, I don't need to do anything on the street. I'm just gonna go start. So I probably should have taken it to the track stock. See what I can do and go from there. But
That's boring.
But I was like, we have 2K coming up, and I've got streetcar takeover stuff. So I was like, I don't have time to wait. So I was like, let's just get it done.
Well, it's good marketing too.
It is
Like a slam demon. It just doesn't. It defeats the purpose of anything.
correct.
But from my understanding, it's still performing decently well.
Viper guys are gonna lose their mind in the summer.
What's that?
I said Viper guys are gonna lose their mind when I bang one.
Yeah, because you still have Vipers, right?
I do.
The white one.
Yeah, it's
Gotcha.
white. So
Is that the only Viper you had?
I had a black one before. It was just a base model, but during COVID I had to get rid of it because I didn't know what was gonna happen. Like they were shutting down gyms and all this other stuff, and I'm like, I gotta unload it just because
Be ready.
Yeah, no idea what's gonna happen. And then I told myself, I was like, if I ever can get another one, I'll get one. So that's what I got.
No, and I enjoyed it. Seriously, you have white wheels on here, right? White on white.
Miami Vice style.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing the same thing with my GTI. We're doing a whole race livery coming up soon. Just promote a rally we're doing up
That's
north.
cool.
It's difficult. White's a tough one.
I told people I was gonna do white on white, and they're like, you're nuts. And then we did it, and I was like, damn, it actually go a lot better than I thought.
How's it to maintain though?
Again, I had ceramic coating, you're good. Because I have a detail shop in my gym, so I kind of I get spoiled by that. So just ceramic with the wheels, and you're good.
Is that your detail shop?
Yeah.
Okay, and then so you do run that as like a business or just person?
It's all under the same roof. So
Okay.
we have the cafe where we do food, drinks, and stuff. And then we got a barbershop, and we got the detail shop. So pretty much like an all-in-one inclusive thing.
So you could come in, drop your car, get a cut, hit the
Work
gym.
out, yeah.
Wow,
All
that's a good
I
concept.
wanted when I made the gym, I wanted to do something no one's ever done before.
Yeah.
So have you always been a part? I don't want to butcher this. People are gonna hate me. Is it Amarillo?
Amarillo? No, I'm from California originally.
Okay.
Yeah. I got an interesting story. So.
Okay. I'll let you go.
If you want me to tell, I'll
tell it.
Yeah,
Let's hear it.
Oh god. Okay. I went to college, played college soccer, dropped out.
Soccer. Okay.
Yep. I played soccer for like 20 years, dropped out. Went back to college, dropped out again. Was in the real world. I was like, I gotta get my shit together. Like, I don't know if people do this. I was doing power washing, and I was a janitor, like literally picking up people's trash and stuff at a lawyer's office. And I couldn't even make enough money, so I would this sounds so weird. I've been talking about it a while, but I would collect cans from the trash cans, and I would use that to pay for my gas to go to work. So all the stuff you see me have now, it's really just from hard work. I didn't have rich parents or anything like that. So then I went to Amarillo because it was the only spot that would for college football. Like when you start as a freshman, your D1 clock starts, so you have 5 years total. If you go to Division 2, Division 3, you could play 50 if you wanted to. It doesn't have to be consecutive. So I was trying to look for a spot that fit the most people in the NFL. Went to Amarillo. I was All-American, all that good stuff. I was training in California to go to the NFL, for the draft. And I was interning my junior year at one of the local gyms to see if I wanted to do personal training, strength conditioning, if I wanted to go to med school, whatever I wanted to do. And then I really like personal training, so when I was training for the NFL, I went back to Amarillo just to go back, because that's where my current wife is now. And some of my old clients were like, hey, you want to make some money? And I'm like, well, yeah, bro. Like, I just graduated. Of course I want to make this extra money. I started training and then literally just snowballed from there. So I worked at a gym for about 10 months in Amarillo, and then opened up a small 1,900 square foot gym. And about 6 months later, we started working on my current gym, which is 37,000 square feet. And that's
a big one.
It is. It took about 4.5 years to start from bidding to end, as far as like starting design, all that, to actually opening. So.
Oh wow, okay. So you kind of planning in the background, then you finally opened it. It wasn't like kind of building along the way.
No, it was never like part of the plan. Like my original plan was I was going to move to Las Vegas or LA because I got a really good job opportunity before I went back to Amarillo to go work at the same gym that Kobe Bryant used to train out of. Okay. So I was going to train like high-end athletes, movie stars, something like that, or in Vegas would be the same concept. I just happened to go back to Amarillo because I was like, well, I mean, I'm already making money, so and then it just fell off from there. So.
Well, figuring out how to make money, especially when things are not going easy, that's kind of the direction people tend to go to. Like they find a side hustle, get really good at it, and then it goes snowballs from there.
It literally does, yeah. Like it was not part of the plan, but you know, plans are meant to be changed.
Oh yeah.
People in my used to soccer play. Like you don't have the frame of a soccer player.
No, I used to play soccer for like 20 years, but I kicked and punted in college. I know obviously I don't look like it now, but yeah, I was always like into lifting, and so yeah, it was all American, all that good stuff. And then the cool part is Canadian Football League called me 2 weeks before I opened my small gym and said, we'll pay you $50,000 a year if you want to come play in the Canada League. And I was like, do I open my gym or do I go play professionally, which is my goal? I chose the gym. To me, it was a better choice anyways because it wasn't the NFL. Could I went from the NFL to the Canadian League? Probably, but it wasn't my goal. And I'm obviously now I'm happier because I wouldn't have this giant gym.
Right. What about, was Canadian dollars?
No, it was American.
American dollars? Okay, so I had to double check.
It was American. Yeah, that would be very much.
So then you gotta move to Canada too, I assume.
Say it again?
Then you gotta move to Canada as well.
Yeah. So like it was this whole thing, and I was like, I'm just gonna open my small gym. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So what about your car background? We kind of talked about it before we had a million technical issues, but you know, I've grown up a Mopar guy.
Yeah.
This guy's a Ford guy. I think it's exhausting to travel with sometimes, but were you always Mopar early on?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've always liked Mopar stuff. And don't get me wrong, like I like Fords, I like Chevy, but I'm a diehard Mopar person for sure. Yeah. And like I have a Viper only because like when I didn't have any money and I was trying to like do a side hustle, I would literally wash and detail cars. Like the first like high-end in quotation marks car I did was a Gen 2 Viper. I didn't know it was Gen 2 at the time. And I was like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
Guy showed me around, turned on the exhaust. It had like a Morley exhaust, so it was loud as shit. And ever since then, I was like, whenever I get money, I'm gonna get one of those. So it's just like, it's always been a dream car. It's always been Vipers.
Yeah, for me, it's always been I played the Comp Coupe in the Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
You know, back when I was a kid.
No,
it's basically the spec of Juggernaut.
Right.
You know, it's like that. And when I saw that, I'm like, that's perfection.
Exactly. I'm a huge like Gen 2, Gen 5 obviously.
I
know. Everything else I'm like, but Gen 2, Gen 5, like that's where it's at for me.
Everybody mocks the Gen 3 as kind of like that redheaded stepchild, but if I had to choose between all of them, Gen 1 would probably be at the bottom of the 5 for me.
Okay.
It's the OG.
Yeah.
But my preference, like, the 2 and the 5 are just
2 and 5, yeah. I would put 3 at the bottom, probably 1 and then 4. So I like the 4s.
I love the 4s. Yeah. One of our previous guests, he had a Gen 4 ACR, and that was my first time in the Viper.
No way.
Super cool. We were doing some filming where he's like, don't burn your leg on the exhaust.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, whatever. But Dan's eyes are glazing over talking about Dodge.
Well, you know, the Viper at least I can get behind. I do like Dodge, but that was a car that Shelby had a hand in. So if you burned your leg on the exhaust, Shelby would call it a snake bite. That's what he calls those. So
it's never ending.
Yeah.
So then, speaking of Dodge, what about your team? Because I don't know much of the story here. I haven't been keeping up with that aspect. So what was the story with that?
The original one?
Well, I guess we started that, and then also the current one that you rebuilt. The yellow one.
Yeah, the yellow one. So yeah, the original one.
Oh, is that? Oh, that is.
I call it the OG one. The original one. So I don't even know how this happened. Usually I have it in the shop in my house, right? It's in the back. I pulled it out because I was driving to work that day. I parked it in my garage. I was getting my garage remodeled. So the dude's like, you just pull it out of the driveway. No big deal. I pull it out of the driveway. I've got like a 30-foot driveway. Some dude was doing drugs and fell asleep at the wheel. And you can see it on my like Vivid camera. Like the moment he falls asleep at the wheel, he like curves off, and he's going like 45 or 50, just T-bone, smack dab in the middle.
In your driveway.
In my driveway.
Holy shit.
Like I don't know what the odds are of that happening, but yeah. So I remember like the guy called me. He's like, "Hey, somebody wrecked your Hellcat." I was like, "Hellcat?" Like at the time, I was like, my Hellcat was in Oklahoma getting fixed. I'm like, Hellcat? What are you talking? So I like pulled up my phone. I was like, oh fuck! And like I was training one of my clients. I was like, I gotta go. And then we went to my house. And my brother almost murdered the guy because he was like out of it. He was like,
oh yeah.
So yeah, so that's what happened. So.
Especially when you see one, like if it had gone to auction or whatever, you see one wrecked, you just assume that it was a driver mod problem.
Yeah, no,
you know?
not this one.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like the even some of those harness bars, you know. So like if it wouldn't have been there, it would have like been cut in half. So that thing actually like stopped it from actually taking out the whole car. But finally, I've been on the fence of like, do I fix it? Do I not fix it? So 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, I took it to Countryside Customs in Chicago. It'll be done probably around June or July. They gotta repaint the whole car. So yeah, it's good there. It's straight now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Was it an insurance buyback thing or they're fixing? Yeah.
Yeah. Because they were like, "Do you want to buy it back?" And I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah.
Because I couldn't, I can't replace it. Like my name's on the dash. Like I inspect it. So that was the whole thing.
Okay.
You don't have to disclose it, but what did you get it back for?
I think it was worth. I think they totaled it out for like 110. I bought it for like 89.
Wow, it's still a sizable amount.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
So then obviously I had to buy it back. I think they sold it to me for like 65 or 70.
Okay.
Whatever like the bottom auction number was gonna be. So not bad.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to make sure like it was worth like more than what I paid. Obviously.
Right.
It's a limited production car, so. But it's hard because insurance people don't understand that.
Right. Well, it's tough when you have your name on the dash too. Like a mutual friend of ours like sold his, and it's like my name's on that dash.
Yeah, if it was just like a normal car, like a Hellcat or something that I didn't spec out, it'd be different. But yeah, my name was literally on the dash, so it was like.
You got non-Dodge guy. You had to tell me what's going on here. So if you ordered one, you could have gotten your name, like a nameplate, and they put your name on it. That's kind of
For
cool.
the demons, yeah. So they'll put your name like on the dash. So like on the 170 I have, you call the concierge, and then you can put whatever you want. It's kind of like the 101 Viper program, where you put your name or you put like whatever you want on it. So yeah, that's why I just put my last name on it on this one. And then it's cool because it's matching VINs, so they have the same VIN number.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So.
At the event that we were at here, was it the Legion of Demons event? I think so.
Yeah.
There was a guy selling the 2 matching ones. Did you see that? That was kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's... And those I don't think right now with interest rates and obviously the economy is not great, but like 5 years, that'll be probably $1 million, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's going to keep going up. I mean, in the next 10 years, it'll be... Well, it's like, look at the 05, 06 Ford GTs.
Yeah.
Like, they're ridiculous. What are they asking for those now? 400,000 or 500,000?
Yeah, they're $500,000 around there, yeah.
Yeah, double what they were 15 years ago. So,
Well, it's the same thing with ACRs and all that stuff, yeah.
do you see yourself ever getting an ACR?
Yeah.
Yeah? Or would you just, I'm guessing you keep up in the forums. Would your cheeseburger yours?
No, I can't do that.
I gotta ask.
I mean, no lie, like, his stuff looks really good. I'm not gonna knock that, but I can't up badge. Like, to me, up badging is wrong. Like, just, if you didn't put the ACR badge on it, I wouldn't care. I'm like, it's literally the same thing.
That's literally what everybody says. It's like, we were fine with it until you put the badge on.
Like, if you would have not, no one would have, I guarantee no one would have said anything to that, damn, that's a nice, like, club.
Yeah, yep.
So,
Why did they debadge it, just keep people guessing. But it's like when people do that with BMW M stripes on their
I don't
grills.
understand. I'm like, why? Why do you guys do that?
Yeah, it's like, why can't you just be you?
Exactly.
Why you gotta be all extra about it?
People care so much what other people think.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's 100%.
Yeah, debadging's the way to go. That's not what people guessing.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, when I got the Whipple for my 2015 car, it comes with a bunch of stickers and badges saying
Right.
Whipple supercharged. All this stuff, and I'm like, trash.
Trash.
Yep. No
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah.
I want you to not know what the hell's under there.
I know you may have told this story on Cooper's podcast, but I saw something about police or something about that. So can you give me a little bit of a who's traveling this to Texas here? A little bit of a background, but I'm not really familiar with the story.
That's fine. I'll do the short story. It can make it long. Somebody who owns or who is married to someone who owns another gym in town told police that I was selling drugs out of my house to pay for my gym.
Okay.
To give you an idea, my gym costs like I think 11 or 13 million to build. I don't know if people not know about business, but you can't just go like pay cash for a gym.
Right.
That's not how it works. Obviously, I signed my life away, but that was like the thing. So then they heard about that. Then they went on my YouTube, and there was like old, like I wouldn't call them racing videos, but like old videos of us screwing around the street. So they used that to get into my house. They raided my house over YouTube videos. They didn't find any drugs, obviously, because I would be sitting here. If they did,
Yeah.
so then that was pretty much what happened. They like raided my house over YouTube videos, which is BS. So it was like the ticket was like a reckless driving, something like that.
Okay.
So
Which you already dealt with.
I did, yeah. I just like I couldn't post on social media like all of like 2021, most of 2022.
Oh wow! So they just did. What's it?
Because I didn't want to say anything on accident or like whatever. Have cops be like, well, see, you said it here. I didn't want any of that, so I was like, I'm just gonna set up social media, which is hard because like I do YouTube not full time, but I do social media like part time. And obviously, like owning a business, you have to like be on social media.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to balance.
That's huge. Social media for a business, especially. It's like you gotta be on it. Like I'm helping, because I help a few of the businesses back home. Whatever. Just manage social media, content creation. Same thing applies to you. It's like every day you should be posting something.
You have to. That's the day. That's what I tell people. Like you have to have. Like we have a social media manager, which if you can afford it, do it. If you can't, you're gonna have to do it yourself. You have to post on social media all the time. When you own a business, or you're just trying to do it for your own personal gain, you really have to post all the time. So.
Yeah, that's good. And then so with the car stuff, then I mean, it's not like you're posting a ton of it, though, were you?
No, they were literally just using it. Like some of the videos, statute of limitations on most stuff is 2 years.
Okay.
They were trying to go back like 5 or 6 years to find something because I didn't really post that much. But they found like 1 or 2 videos where I either didn't blur out a license plate or I showed my speed or whatever it was. I could have fought those charges if I really wanted to, but they would have just, from what I was told, they were just going to drag it out each year. And then 5 years
so
later,
hard.
yeah, exactly. And I'm like, I'm not going to stay on social media for 5 years. I have stuff I got to do.
They must have just doubled down. You would think after they didn't find anything, they'd just be like, okay, sorry, our mistake. We took this too far. Have a nice day. But
You would assume so.
yeah, it's stupid that people think you don't even have to have money to start a business. If you walk into a bank with a business plan and all this stuff and you show them numbers, things like that, they're going to give you the money to open it because they see a game there. Possibly.
Yeah, I mean, the bank's trying to make money off of the money you're making,
Right.
It's-
Even if you have $11 million to throw away, those guys don't usually use their own money to do that stuff.
Exactly. That's what people, even to this day, I'm like I have giant debt. Like, ask any business owner, they probably have a lot of debt. Right?
Yep.
There's very few that I'm sure have no debt, unless you're like Dave Ramsey, that's a whole other thing. But yeah, most business owners, like, it's good to have, if it's good debt, right, like credit card,
Right.
like good debt. So,
Absolutely.
exactly.
Before we get too far into the show, I wanted to take a moment to talk about Raise a Hood. If your daily driver is having issues, aka your beater you got off Craigslist, Raise a Hood's telemechanics and AI tools can help you diagnose and solve the issues you may be dealing with for a fraction of the cost. All you have to do is add your car to the Raise a Hood garage to get started. You can provide the AI tool, also known as Gus, with the specifics of the issues you're having, and it'll help you narrow down what the culprit is. It's a great way to bounce ideas off of to figure out what actually might be the problem. You could then select from a variety of solutions to explore the cost and difficulty of doing the repair yourself, versus taking it to a shop. If your car doesn't have detailed solutions yet, that's totally fine. Just go ahead and add your car to the garage for free, and that'll let the Razor Hood team know what to focus on as they continue to develop and grow. If you want to try out Gus or chat with a telemechanic, go to razorhood.com and add your car to the garage to get started. Use code MONOXIDE-FREE for a 1-month free subscription, or Monoxide20 to save 20% on a 30-minute call with a telemechanic. Let's get back to the show.
So then, where's the crossover? Like we've had, I have a supplement shop owner that's one of my clients and a good friend of mine, and he's huge into cars, more on the Chevy side. But where's that crossover between the car community, between fitness and cars?
To me, it's always gone together.
Yeah.
Like, if you're really into fitness, you probably like either have a nice car, or you're into racing, or you like that because the adrenaline is kind of the same, right?
Yeah.
It's super similar. So a lot of like gym owners, they've got nice cars, or like people really into fitness, if they do bodybuilding or powerlifting, they are into cars as well. And I don't know if it's just because it's adrenaline based, just because that's how racing is. And I mean, you guys have driven a car, right? So I think it's always been, to me, like I've always put both of those together. So
I think it's also a mental aspect too, because a lot of people who typically are really active in fitness, they're also really active at the goals and the rest of their life.
right.
At least that's what we've noticed.
No, that's true. I agree with that 100%.
It's one of the hardest things. Like, I like to think that I'm semi-successful, but I'm not very good at this. It doesn't.
It's hard
so
to.
yeah,
It's
that's
hard
a
to
lot of
do.
work. Yeah.
And that's why like a lot of big CEOs, like they have their own chef because they have to, like, the more fit they are, the better they're gonna be business and stuff. Which is
Yeah.
That was too funny. Like,
You know, there's something's got to go, and this is what I've been given. So
that's the difficult thing. Okay, so how do you balance all that, right? Because you have a ridiculously large gym, 37,000 square feet. It's not
No,
small by any means. Yeah. So then you obviously are running a business, trying to stay in shape. How do you balance all that?
I don't know what balance is.
That's fair. Well, what's struggling then?
I just like I wish I had more time. Like it's even the same thing here. Like I coach also, so like I'm in the gym, but also coach. So like I'm still texting my clients, like changing meal plans and changing workouts or sending workouts because I'm not there. So like I really don't know what balance is. I have no clue. So anybody who is trying to find balance in business, like good luck, I guess. Because to me, I don't know if there ever is. I like having way too much stuff going on.
Yeah.
We do events at my gym. We obviously are racing out here this week. You know, I have the business to run. So, like, I like having all that stuff going. Other people probably think I'm nuts, but yeah, the more stuff I have, the better I am.
yeah. Do you have kids?
No,
No.
absolutely not.
How big game over?
This is my daughter over here, so yeah, I've got all that going on all the time too. It's
There's
It's nuts.
I don't know how people have kids. Like,
Yeah.
There's no way.
you just get them big enough to where you can take them with you.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a good point. But there's a good chunk of time where you're like,
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Where it's just kind of on pause.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was with my parents, right? It's like, until we turn, like, like 15, 16, it's like, we can't do anything.
It's true.
And then you start living, and at least at this point, you've developed in life. So,
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I really have no balance though, at all. But it's what I like.
Yeah, well, I'm on a 10 episode backlog of highlights. I have to hire an editor to kind of help
That's good though.
rip through. Yeah, so it's like I'm putting all profits and every dime into that because I need somebody to.
Like actually, that's good though.
Well, it's like the last 3 weeks, I've almost quadrupled my YouTube,
That's bad.
which is crazy. It's just, I'm not sure if you're doing YouTube Shorts much with your channel, but
I haven't got into that yet because I don't think for automotive stuff you can't, like podcasts. I think it's great.
right,
For some stuff I'm like, I don't know if that's gonna work too well with shorts. So
it's that consistency.
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Because I have another friend who's struggling. He's trying to do the trendy stuff.
Yeah.
The difficult part about trendy stuff is it's not you. And that's probably where you find your success is you're just doing what you like to do.
Yeah, and that's how I've always been. Like, I'm not gonna pretend to be someone else. And some people don't like that. I'm like, well, that's fine if you watch my stuff. Like, if you see me on camera, that's how I'm in person. Just trust me, I've met several larger YouTubers than me who you would see them in person. Like, you're the same person.
Yeah.
It's just they have a personality on camera, and then when the camera's not on, they turn it off. I'm like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
So,
We met a gentleman at a late night gas station, and I don't know if I should bring him up.
No,
or not,
yeah.
but
It's like he knows who we are anyway. No, we ran into Dan Rue at a gas station. There was like 5, 6 of us. We were just kind of chatting with him, and super different compared to like the personality he had on like Tube's podcast, for example.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's just, I mean, it's different.
It's tough because like if you're making a lot of money for that personality, I could get it, but I don't know. For me, I can't pretend to be someone I'm not. I've always been super real. Like whatever you ask me, I'm gonna answer. I'm not gonna pretend to be someone else.
Probably put them in like an entertainer category.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
True though. Yeah. And if that's what you want to do, that's cool. It's not what I want to do.
Sure.
I love being on here.
I don't know. Just revving randomly.
When we were at PRI, so we did a podcast where like the last day as cars are leaving.
Oh, okay.
And some of those cars are like, full-blown race cars, like they are here, like 3,000 horsepower, just ridiculousness, and just shaking the whole building.
Oh, yeah.
So that was really fun.
Yeah.
So I love this energy. So next year, what I'd like to do is, if I could like find a trailer and just sponsor it. It's not, it's only as
Hey, if you're telling me what he was telling me, like I'll put a car in it, we'll bring a trailer and set up a tent.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
You can do podcasts all day.
Yeah.
All weekend.
I did not think we want to disclose the price, but I did not think it was that cheap. I shouldn't say cheap.
It's not that bad though.
For a whole week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for a whole week. It's not that bad.
Well, we're gonna have almost that into our air. Well, not that we would stay here. We would still need a place to stay.
Speak for yourself. I'll sleep in the goddamn trailer.
You can get an RV though.
Yeah, I have a camper too. I can do that. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, there's people that sleep outside here, right?
Yeah, literally 2 right here.
Yeah. So I'm curious, what's your favorite thing to watch out here? Rolls or the digs?
I'm a dig racer. That's what I like. Roll racing is cool. Like I watch the really high horsepower stuff. That's what I used to be in roll racing. Obviously, when I used to street race a long time ago, not anymore. But the more you get into dig racing, that's to be like you're an actual racer.
No.
Roll racing, it's cool to watch when they're going like 2 or 220, 230. But it's not my thing anymore.
I do get a little bored watching the lower classes, which, by the way, they're fast cars.
They are. It's just not. If you 170, but the top guy is like 240. Like that's a big mile an hour difference.
Well, I was getting annoyed with all the following too, or it was like, okay, so that run does nothing, or they go on the track and then they slow down. I was like, that was uneventful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And dig racing skill. Like roll racing, you just like pressing the gas. Dig racing, there's still skill. You gotta go off the light.
Yeah.
It's super interesting because a lot of people are like, oh, drag racing is a big skill. Like people that are outside of the world,
right?
That just don't understand.
I'm like, you sit in that seat, you wait for that light to come on, you tell me if it's the same skill. So.
Yeah, we had somebody come on the podcast like 20 episodes ago, and they were like, I'll give you a 7-second car. I'll give you a whole week to figure it out. If you've never been in a fast car, good luck. It's never gonna happen. It's not as simple as mashing the pedal.
No. I wish it was like that. No, it's not.
Yeah, it's always a fun discussion to have. The same thing applies. Like I know some guys that love drag racing and the road course is stupid.
No, I think road course is dope. Like road course is badass. Like if you have the right car to do it, it's
Well, it's like again, our mutual friend of ours, like he road course his demon.
No way.
And like he was top 3 or 4. Like, he was the GT2 RS was pulling away from him.
Yeah.
In the corners.
Of course.
But it's like there's a level of driver mods where like you can make up for a little bit of that weight.
You can. That's badass though.
Yeah, you should talk about it. It's like a story. It's a story. Yeah, but it was super fun to watch. Like I just love the roll racing because again, Moto is here. Like Kratos is both classes.
Yeah, see, I think that's cool where you can do both.
Yeah.
Where some of these guys they only do roll racing. I'm like, dude, line up. Like,
But the thing is a lot of money goes into both. Like figuring it out, like dialing it in, because, and that's where Kratos is super cool, is because having that car set up to do both is really, really unique.
Oh, very unique. Yeah, I think it's super cool though. Yeah, because he's got that car figured out.
Yeah. Or are they switching tunes in between?
Oh yeah, every single run.
Yeah.
Some of these guys are just throw on the laptop and just make adjustments. And it's fun seeing like how simple some cars are.
Yeah.
They're just fast, and other ones are just like just crazy tunes, whatever.
No, yeah, 100%.
What about on the building/tuning front? What builds have you done? I suppose.
I did a Hellcat build. It was build motor, build trans, stock supercharger. I went 890s. That was like 3 years ago. It's like 3 years ago, 890s on a 4,700 pound car was pretty good.
Yeah.
Nowadays it's like whatever. But Yeah, so that was fun. But then I got to a point where I'm like, I'm not gonna cut up. Like it's full interior, like drove normal. So I was like, I'm not gonna cut this car up. So I sold it, and I just was like, I don't want to cut up something so nice. So that's the hard part. You want to push your car to go a certain mile an hour or a certain time, but then it's like, at what point is it only a race car and you can't drive it anymore?
Yeah.
So then it's find that balance is hard.
Yeah. They just having cooling in your passenger seat where it used to be.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. The difference between that and the street car is just it gets uncomfortable.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Then you start having to trailer it everywhere and all that, which is cool to see. Like we went to cash days, that was kind of cool.
No, I mean seeing the builds and stuff are awesome. It's just for me personally, I really have zero desire to go that fast because like I know what it takes, I know what it costs, and like that's a lot of time and money to put into that thing. So you might as well have a backup engine, a backup trans. That way, if something happens, you're always going to be able to swap it out.
Yeah, I don't like that idea of having just dedicated race car either. I want to be able to drive it around, then take it to the track.
Yeah, that's why I think like 1,400 horsepower, like that's plenty, like to do what you need to do. Any more you start creeping into that race car, or, yes, it's a street car technically, but if you don't have AC or wiper blades, like, is it really a street car? I don't know.
Yeah.
Funny you bring up AC. We're gonna have a nice 15-hour drive back with no AC.
Oh, God.
Somebody needs two 10,000 lumen lights in the front.
I put light bars in my grill and I mounted one back a little too bit. It rubbed on my AC condenser, put a little tiny hole in it, so now all my stuff leaked out. But
Windows down the whole time.
hey, I'm alright. Well, we get to a certain point going north where you don't need
That's
it.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good time of year. That's true.
Well, we're coming up after March. Everything kind of melts up north.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
back to normal. Have you spent much time up north?
I bought a car there once. I really like to go, like I told you, I want to go to Minnesota again. But yeah, one of the guys that owns the dealership there, I go through. I bought my Red Eye up there. And actually, I bought my Trackhawk from them too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Is it Dodge at Burnsville?
I can't remember.
I'm not gonna go down this rabbit hole. I'm
I
gonna
can't
stop
remember
every
which Dodge. It's been a couple years. I can't remember which one.
It's gonna stop every Dodge dealership.
It is in the Minneapolis metro area-ish, though. Like, it's in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But it's pretty. Like, I've never been there. It's super pretty. I wish I could have stayed for more than an hour. But.
It's so weird when people say, like, I had a buddy come from Colorado. I was like, man, this is different. I'm sick of the mountains in Colorado.
Yeah, I keep getting it's very green where we're at. Between all the grass and trees.
Yeah, it was super pretty. I liked it a lot. So, yeah.
You say you picked up 2 cars up there?
Yeah, and actually, I bought 3 cars actually. My first Viper, I went up there, and then I bought a Hellcat Red Eye, and then a Trackhawk. So yeah, I bought 3 cars up there. 2 of the 3 I drove down. So the Viper I drove home, and then the Red Eye I drove home. The Trackhawk I shut down.
Those red eyes are fun, man. Like my dad really considered just getting one, instead of the AMG GTR.
Yeah.
It's just a fun car. It's really not amazing at anything, but it's so fun at everything.
Depends what you want.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you can just rip it, 797 horsepower, whatever you want.
Yeah. Just all on tap. I used to, because again, I grew up a Mold Park guy, but I really love this GT500.
Those are badass cars.
Yeah.
Those are badass cars.
What's next on the build list? I mean, would you ever go to route with twin turbo Viper?
If I moved, like, the problem is where I live, like, I would love to be able to do that. I don't know where I'm going to drive it. So, like, I think for me, what I would really like to do is like a 9-liter heads and cam build. That's what I probably really like to do. Because unless, like, you're out here either street racing or if you're at the track, like, I mean, where else are you going to use your twin turbo Viper? So the 9-liter was something that I really want to do because I think it's a really good option if you're not trying to go balls to the wall between turbo and stuff. So if I ever did, it would probably be with Encomoto. Their builds are nuts. So
there's a reason they hold the record for 3 of the 5 generations. So yeah.
Do you use the shop here for your other builds? You got somebody local here that you
my
use?
brother does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my brother has his own shop, so like anything that I do now, like moving forward, he just opened like a year and a half ago. He was a big Hellcat person also. That's how he started, and he went to Mustangs. He made his name in Mustangs. So anything that I do, I just go to his shop because I can trust him. Obviously, he's my brother, but he does really good work as well. So if I ever decide to like build a motor or do whatever, not in the Viper realm, it'll go through my brother.
Okay.
So, the Viper realm, I'm like, you need you go to either Calvo or NCH, like there's really no one else you really want to go to for
Yeah.
this stuff.
But they're just go-tos, and I haven't seen what I'm allowed to see, at least with the craftsmanship of the model team is awesome. Like when I shot,
Yeah. That thing was badass.
yeah, that GT-SR was sweet, and I think it was a lower, I guess,
Yeah,
build.
lower end build.
Like 1400 horse, whatever. Which is crazy to think that's
That's
the lower end.
I know,
Yeah.
it's lower end. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then, those wheels, like throwback wheels, it just looked amazing.
I love the way that those came out. Yeah, because I know the guy who owns that wheel company, the V2 Forge.
Yeah, and totally.
Yeah.
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 He's got some really good wheel designs.
Yeah, I know that he's done some wheels for like a couple of the R8s up north as well. It's just super cool.
No, it's awesome.
What other ventures do you want to get into in the car scene? Like, would you ever open something like a wheel company or anything like that, or see how things shake out? What you're currently doing?
With all the stuff my brother has to deal with from the shop perspective, like performance shop, no, absolutely no. God, no. Because unless like you're dealing with like, no offense to anybody, Lamborghini people, Viper people, R8 people, like people who have money who aren't going to bug you, but they're just going to write you a check and say, give me the car when it's done.
Yep.
The other, like, Mustang, it's all the same. Mustang, Chevy, Hellcats, all that stuff, like, the lower end, like the normal people, are the ones who bug you most, like, for shops. And it just, I would never open a performance shop.
It's a pretty common thing we get from any shop owner that we've had on here. So yeah, we get it.
Yeah. It's like the people who have the money don't care, like, they'll write you a check, just tell me when it's done. It's the other people who are, like, scraping by to, like, build their motor, like, is it done yet? Is it done? Hey, man, I'm like,
The Mustang guys, I get it.
yeah,
Yeah, right.
You know, so it's not something I ever want to do. As far as like the other stuff, like wheels and tint and all that, yeah, I want to get into that. But as far as like getting into automotive stuff, not really.
You can't ruin your hobby in a way. Is
Right.
for people.
Yeah.
Just gonna get sick of it.
No, it's true though. 100%. I think that's why a lot of like performance shop owners don't race anymore. Like very
Yeah.
few actually go out and race because they got to deal with customers all day long, and the last thing they want to do is go to a race where probably some of their customers are going to be bugging the crap out of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Especially like imagine like if we had cash days or whatever yesterday or whatever we wanted. It's like imagine you get 6 year customers there.
Exactly.
Somebody breaks something. It's like where are they gonna go to? You
Yeah.
just can't enjoy your stuff
No,
anymore.
exactly. Yeah, and like one of my old tuners from my Hellcat, he's racing here, but I know he's tuning like 8 or 10 cars here, so it's hard. I was talking to him. It's even hard to balance his own car when he's just tuning. He's not even working anymore. He's just tuning.
Right.
So,
Which shop is that?
so he.
Is that CH2? Okay. That's one of the big things. That car is fast. Dude, I've seen it now like a handful of times. That's the orange one, right?
Yeah, he's amazing. He's the best Hellcat or Hemi tuner there is. I don't care what anybody says. I was with him 3.5, 4 years ago before he got big, and then when I sold mine, it's like I saw his business just explode, which is cool because he deserves all of that. He's amazing, and he's really quick. Like usually a tuner, you're like text him, it's like the next day. He'll send you an email like 5 minutes.
Next day would be great. Sometime this next week or
No,
next
you're right
month.
though.
Yeah.
It's bad. Some of these guys, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I remember when we had Mike Johnson on, we were talking about his issues with some Mustang platforms.
Yeah.
Just
It's
like once.
I'm at a plateau now where I gotta pick a tuner and I'm going back and forth. And I know Palm Beach is here and London, those guys are here.
I would suggest one.
That's the one I keep leaning towards. So
Yeah, that's who my brother uses. They're really good. Now they're busy, don't get me wrong, but they have several people who work for London, so
yeah.
I would use London.
Yeah. No, I was actually gonna pick your brain after this or talk to your brother. So
Talk to my brother, he'll tell you everything you need to know, good,
Yeah.
bad, everything in between, but Lund, from what I've seen firsthand, like I don't have a Mustang, but
right.
he does really good work. He's here, like, tuning cars, so you can go talk to him if you want to.
Sure. Mine's on a trailer, I'll go get him on.
Yeah, we were on the verge of seeing parts and tuning his car while we were down here. So everybody's asking what's done to it.
Yeah.
Well, they were talking, 15-hour drive down. They're like shopping for pulleys and tuners and stuff on my way down here. And I'm like, all right, guys, I came down here. It wouldn't matter though if I should have brought a Toyota Camry. You can't drive anywhere. I got my crew set at the speed limit around here because it's insane.
Yeah, like Houston, because you guys been to 2K in Houston?
Yeah, or I have.
Yes, that was different. Like this, I pulled out and there was like 20 cops just waiting.
Yeah.
I heard they were pulling over people just because if you had a radio on, just driving around all
Yep.
radio.
Yeah.
So,
I told you to turn on your radio the other day. He's just blasting it as we leave. Like everybody's like dead silent at this speed, like, you know,
Yeah.
underground sort of meet. He starts blasting the radio, like, turn
the
down.
cops are nuts. But I don't blame them. I mean, it's hard when it comes through.
You know what? If I was in their shoes, I'd be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I would be setting the standard this year too.
You have to, right? Because like, if they do a little bit leeway, then
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get out of hand really quick. And yeah, Houston was me and Sean, we were about to help get Durango down last year.
yeah.
We had so many issues with that stupid car, but just because like, you know, welds don't fit unless you shave down
You
the
have to
caliper.
shave the cop. It's exactly like the track cars. It's
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we didn't get to shave it down nearly enough, and then yeah, fell off the jack stand and all that fun stuff.
Did it really?
Oh yeah, that was a fun story. That was one of those Chinese
No
jack
way.
stands. Yeah, that was rough. But anyways, yeah, we threw the all seasons back on. That was our trip, but we only got like 3 hits in.
That's it, really?
That's it. Everywhere we went, it was getting shut down. And granted, we were late to the party on a lot of information too.
Yeah. It is definitely who you know, like for sure.
I'm going to take a second to support the home team. Many of you know the podcast is based out of Ratified Motorsports, who makes some of the sickest builds out here. That dyno you all hear downstairs has seen some serious cars. Whether you're looking for a standard tune for your cute little Volkswagen to a full-on Supra or RS3 build, you should give Ratified a call to get the sauce. Check out ratifiedmotorsport.com/performance to see what they can do for you. Let's get back to the show.
Yeah, but one of the things we attended, over 1,000 people. That was way too much.
First 2K I went to was a couple years ago in Houston. I always knew it's huge, and then you go and you're like, oh my god, like
It's a Super Bowl.
yeah, it's wild. Like
Yeah.
you pull into a gas station, it was like 400 or 500 cars at like a normal like little mini gas station. I'm like, how is it like? I don't know how you.
It took us an hour to leave a normal gas station
Yeah.
last year because we were barricaded in.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
those people like were just parking in the aisles, everything. It was a crazy. It was a 1320 meet or
Oh
I don't know if
okay,
it's the
yeah.
official one. Or
Oh,
not,
Yeah.
but-
I didn't think you could use all the pumps at a Buc-ee's ever.
Right.
And then you go in there and there's people waiting to get gas. There's so
Wow.
many cars there.
it's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just curious, how much when it comes to this passion, how much do you and your brother share this passion? You guys always been kind of side by side because I know you guys are out here racing together. Kind of.
Yeah. No, we always so like when I had my Hellcat Charger, he had his Mustang. So like we like to travel together and do stuff. So it's cool because we're in the same class. We're obviously some of the slower ones, but no, we like racing together. It's fun. Just because me and him work so much, it's cool to kind of get away. Obviously, I'm still working, like even though I'm here, but it's cool for me to like have something that I can kind of look forward to, like because next month I'll go to Kansas City for Street Car Takeover, so like I got something to look forward to in a month or so. I'm just kind of for that. So yeah.
And does that go back even further before the Hellcat and the Mustang? Like,
Mhm.
even when you guys were like younger?
Yeah, we just could never afford anything.
Right.
So it was one of those things. But yeah, it's always been a passion of the car scene stuff. We've both always been in the cars.
Did you have like a dad or an uncle or anything like that had cars?
No, I grew up with a single mom, so
Okay.
we're good. Yeah, so it was just kind of my dad before he passed away was really into cars. When he passed away when I was pretty young, so it's always just been something me and my brother kind of picked up on the side.
Okay.
It's a good hobby to have. Keeps you out of trouble.
Yeah,
Well-
supposedly.
Could get you in and out of trouble.
Well, it depends. We saw
It got him into trouble he didn't even think it was gonna happen.
Sure.
That's such a weird one, man.
Yeah.
I've always been very cautious about what I put out there when it comes to like, you know, plates and stuff like that. But even like us on the highlights with my guests, like, all right, I gotta be careful. Like, funny one. So one time we had an episode, and I put a highlight up. Didn't
Yeah.
think anything of it. Turns out I put out a famous YouTuber's phone number on an accident. I had a screenshot or whatever.
Oh no way.
And I got 100,000 views while we were recording, and I was like, all the comments were like, really bold of you to put the phone number out there. I was like, delete, you know, it cost me some money, but I was like, let's do the right thing here.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh man, you gotta double check some things. It's what happens.
You know, I tell people it just takes one person who doesn't like you to turn in all your stuff. That's all. It's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen it cost some of my friends a lot of money just because they pissed off the wrong
Yeah,
person.
just make one person mad. That's all it takes.
Yeah, but Never been on Steam for the first time.
Well,
here.
I got some questions about the Demon, the 170. Do you have plans to turn it up? I mean, is it?
Not for a while. I'll be honest. Like
Yeah.
I want to take it as far as I can, to where it gets boring, and then I'll decide from there.
Okay.
It's hard because like it has a warranty, so I literally got the oil change at the dealership before I got here.
Yeah.
So it's hard because like part of me is like, man, I could literally throw on a pulley and probably run like 3 to 4 times faster. But the other part of me is like, do I really want to cross that bridge? Like, because then what's that? You just go down, you go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
So, and I think it's cool being able to show up to a race, but I'm really like stock engine car.
Yeah.
We were getting that these last couple of nights. We had people going, "Oh, what's done to it?" I was like, "I have a JLT cold air intake on it." Like that's all. I got.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of cool because then if I'm at the track and it breaks, I just go to Dodge, or either give me a new engine or a transmission or whatever it is. So it's hard to want to break that.
Have you been filling it up with corn at all?
Oh yeah,
All the time. So how is that? I mean, do you have to really worry about the quality of it, or?
No, if it comes from the factory, I bet they do flex. They got to do. That's one thing when you get something from a manufacturer, they have to make it pretty dummy proof. Otherwise, they go out the door and some idiot puts whatever in it, it blows up, and they're gonna have that happening all over the place.
Yeah. No, it's either been on Ignite or 1-ethanol. Almost its whole life.
Okay.
So.
No pump E85 yet.
I did one pump E85 just when I first got it because I didn't have access to Ignite or 1-ethanol. But now if I'm racing, it's either Ignite or 1-ethanol. So this weekend, because we have a whole 55-gallon drum of it, we're doing 1-ethanol.
Okay. That's nice because the tent's right there.
I know. Yeah.
Did they bring a bunch of 1-ethanol?
They did. They brought a lot.
Yeah. Do you have any preference between Ignite and 1-ethanol or not really?
I will say this: my car reads a lot higher with 1-ethanol.
Okay.
With Ignite, the highest it would read would be like 89. With this, it's reading like 92, 93.
Wow.
So,
that's a difference.
It's a big difference. You know, is it going to make a difference on the track? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? But just tell me what it reads.
How easy is it to drive that car down the track?
It's not terrible. I mean, it's because it's still a stock car, so like it's not really like loud. It doesn't shake very much. So
it's cushy.
On air ride, it's very comfortable. So
are you using all of the bells and whistles, launch control, all that stuff?
So I only have 300 miles in the car.
Yeah.
Well, so it's not broken in yet.
No, I'm still foot braking it.
Okay.
So I don't have access to the launch control, the transmission thing. I don't have access to any of that until 500 miles. So.
Okay. Do you use that kind of stuff when it is available to you?
When I want to try it for sure.
Because I've noticed my car has all these bells and whistles too, but I'm just kind of an old school guy, so like I kind of know.
I mean, it would be nice to just literally move your thumb and then that's all you have to do, right?
Right, yeah.
Your foot's on the gas, you just move your thumb. So having a trans brake would be awesome, but for right now I'm just doing foot braking.
Okay.
So I have like 200 more miles, then we'll see what the car actually can do.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure like with the suspension stuff, I should be able to cut like a 121 or a 122 with the car. So we'll see.
Yeah, dude, the prep out here has just been
really
crazy. Yeah, have you ever? Okay, here's a question: have you ever had any oh shit moments racing? Or not really?
Yeah, I was at Houston Raceway Park. It's probably been 5 years now. I was making a pass. I did like a 9.3 in my car. Came back around, went out for a second, went right back. Blew the motor going like 120. That was a little scary. Burned the air ride line on it, so like my car went psh, like so. I'm like driving on it. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Didn't hit the wall.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, going. It was a little scary to see much smoke going like 120, 130.
How about that R8 crash that happened this week?
It was pretty gnarly.
That was I got it in slow mo. I just had slow mo on accident because I have this cool rig where it's my camera and the phone.
Oh yeah, okay.
I had to do it because when you have those smoke bars, like, did you get the video? I'm like, what video? So I started doing that when I tried. I wasn't.
It's a good idea to do it.
Yeah, just crazy seeing them take out all those cones.
It's true. Yeah, those.
Not as many crashes this year as previous years.
No, but that just tells you, I think, with the track prep, it's just that.
Yeah.
Because to me, that's what it just comes down to. Like in Houston, I never saw them go all the way down when they're prepping. These guys, they are going all the way down prepping.
You have to. Just some of these cars, especially like a car like Kratos, last year, the year before, like just broke up right away. It's like because they were only doing halfway up the track.
Yeah.
Well, it's like most of these cars, they start rolling into coals.
Exactly.
Back half anyway.
Yeah, they're all back.
Yeah, I've seen them come alive halfway across the track sometimes.
Yeah, it's true though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bummer that the Moto got eliminated when they did because like you saw the pass, it was 225.
I know.
That was way faster than the next fastest Viper, which is Fabricio's, Viper from Calvo.
Yep.
To a 205, which is just nuts.
Yeah.
So it's a bummer. Was that the team you were rooting for?
What?
And Moto?
Oh, I just like watching both of them, honestly. I think they're totally different shops, like Enthusiast and Calvo. Like, Enthusiast to me is like very calculated, like super clean. Calvo to me is more like the hillbilly version of it, but it's not the right word, but you know what I mean? Like, the more like, I don't know, they're just way, like, he's the super clean, like, Enthusiast is super clean. Calvo's like the
Right. There's a good analogy
redheaded
here.
stepchild, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a better analogy we can use. I'm sure it'll come back to us at some point.
But they both do amazing
Right.
work. Like, they both put out badass Vipers.
They're fast.
They're
all
extremely fast. And like, everybody's Vipers are fast because of those two shops, because they compete with each other.
Exactly. That's huge. Like, you would struggle to see one of them survive out of the other because they constantly, I feel like they push each other.
They do.
For better or for worse. But yeah, I mean, they're right across from each other over there.
Yeah.
I think they were like sharing tacos the other day with
That's
each
cool.
other. So
That's good.
that's what you want. You want that friendly rivalry.
You have to have it.
At least from the outside, that's what it looks like
Sure.
to me.
Yep.
So it's super cool.
Yeah.
That's all most of this racetrack stuff is. As I got into it, it's not like you see on, like, the Discovery Channel makes the street outlaws look like everybody's fighting and redneck and shit on the street, and it's like you come here, people are
you need a tool or
cordial.
whatever. It's super nice.
Yeah.
Some of the nicest people we ever meet will be in these trailers over here. Like,
Yeah,
we
or
need,
you're a
like,
competitor.
exactly.
Yep.
They do not care. So it's cool about it.
And then I heard you keep bringing up that you're slow, and that's the other thing too. That if people are worried about being slow, the cars are insane. If you're when you get on the track, if we win or not, like the adrenaline rush that you get,
100%.
it's such a blast.
Yeah. And then I like to just race for fun now.
Yeah.
Like, if I win, cool. Like, I've done all that stuff. I want to try and win all that. I'm way past that. Like, that's why I'm like, this car is perfect for me right now. It's stock. Like, if I beat somebody, awesome. If I lose, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I still get to drive my car home. So it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Yeah.
It comes in levels, man. Like,
It does.
I've noticed that as some guys get older, like further along in their careers, especially if they have businesses, it's you have more to lose, and it's like coming to the track like once a month or however
That's what
often.
I'm saying, man.
It seems like the best way to get that energy out.
I totally agree. Yes. Yeah. So, like, winning is great. Everybody wants to win, but I'm like, I'm not going to lose sleep. Oh my God, I lost or whatever.
Right.
If I make a good pass, it's literally all I care about. So.
What about this track that you guys? So what's the story behind that? I saw it on Facebook. You guys bought a track?
So we didn't buy it.
Okay.
So, I try to make that clear in the video, but we didn't buy it. So like my track, it's a quarter-mile track. It's got a lot of acreage, but it's still your country track. They don't make enough money to put back into the track, so me and my brother are pretty well known inside of the city that we live in. So I had an idea of raising funds to make it like a top tier facility. So I talked to the owner about it. He's obviously all about it. We hold drag events there. We do roll racing events. We do flash out shootout, which is jig racing at the drag strip. So we hold events there. I just want to be able to bring bigger events in that I don't run. Like, I've talked to several larger promoters, much larger than I'll ever be, about bringing the races in Amarillo. The only thing I can do is fix the racetrack, make the parking lot better, make the pits better. The track itself is not bad, but like shutdown needs to be redone. The actual return road that needs to be redone. So that's kind of the plan. Finishing up the business proposal for like potential sponsorships, because it's going to cost probably like $2 million or so. But I want to do like a drift pad there, a run out pad, so that way like not only can we do car events or car shows, we can have like a safe spot for younger kids instead of doing like dumbass takeovers, the street light. We can go to our like 500 square foot by 500 square foot section.
Yeah.
That would be huge. I'm serious. Do you guys have a takeover problem down there?
No, but I just want to give kids like a spot to go. It probably sounds super weird. We do burnout competitions in the gym. So like there's like burnout pad in the gym. So I want to like move all that stuff.
That's super.
My gym is it's very different.
That's fine. It seems like it's
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know how that is over here. Just wait to hear. Do you think they're gonna get back out to racing?
They said about an hour and a half. They're drying the track right now.
Okay, you're gonna get back out there?
It'd be great to do another run. Honestly.
Seat time, man.
It's all sorted out. So if, yeah. Especially me changing the tires over. So I've already figured it out. Figured out tire pressure. So the next run I get, I'm just gonna smash the gas. See what happens.
It's one of the reasons I did a little bit of drag stuff, and I'm like, 10 seconds, sit, 10 seconds. You know, when I road course, you get 30-minute session.
Yep.
You're on the track. It's pretty exciting.
Drag racing is hurry up and wait.
Yeah.
Go down for 10 seconds.
Yeah. It is awesome though.
It is.
Yeah.
It's just the amount of time it takes to like get in the lanes and it takes forever.
Yeah.
It is a lot of waiting, especially when it rains like this.
Yes.
It's a really big bad time suck.
It is, especially like towards the end of the week. Like if it was like Monday, Tuesday, whatever, but like on Saturday when you've got 30, 40,000 spectators here, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It sucks for them, especially.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun, man. We were hosting the Mud Nationals over in the parking lot.
Yeah.
We just all just got in the truck and we were just filming people being stuck in the mud.
That's awesome.
You know, some people were willing to help. We weren't those people, but
Well,
it's alright.
we come from an area where we can get 2 feet of snow in one night, so
Right.
like getting stuck is a sport where we're at.
Yeah,
so
it
it's
really
like
is.
they just don't know how to power through some of that stuff. So there was some
That's true though.
Toyotas and things that just didn't realize what they were doing.
Okay.
we made it fun for them though. We were clapping and cheering on. You know?
That's awesome.
Yeah, there's this lady playing supervisor over there now, and I was like, it was so funny. She's like telling her boyfriend to go help.
Oh my
It was the
That's
funniest thing.
That's really fun. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, I think we've been here for like an hour and a half. I mean, I know we're taking up a lot of your time, but one of the things that, why don't you pop the usual three?
Yeah. Oh, you're about to take my job?
I was about to take your job. I'll
Alright.
send it back to the agency. So.
I'm actually waiting for this question.
Yeah. All right. So at the end of every episode, we'd like to ask our guests to pick 3 cars: track car, a daily driver, and a show car. You have an unlimited budget. Whatever you want. What are you putting in your garage?
Mine is pretty lame because, like, this probably sounds so corny. I'm just lucky to own the things that I do. So, like,
Yep.
my daily would literally be the car that I daily right now, which is a track car. Like, I'm blessed enough to have the things that I do. To me, that's like the perfect car that's ever come out of Stellantis, FCA, Dodge, whatever you want to call them nowadays.
It's a pretty common thing I hear against from track hop owners.
Yeah.
They love them.
Yeah, it's the perfect car. Show car would probably be twin turbo Viper, honestly, and then a track car. I'm a big fan of Porsche, so like since Dodge isn't coming out with anything cool in the next whoever knows how long, Porsche is probably what I'm going to move to eventually. So it'd be the new GT3 RS because I drove a 2018 GT3 RS, whatever the denomination is, I don't know, like 991 or whatever they're called.
Yep.
That was like the most fun car I've ever driven. That car is nuts to me. So like that would probably be my track car.
I don't have to drive this GT3 RS. I've only driven the GT3, and the guy I borrowed it from, he was like, that's like 70% of the
Dude, it's-
RS.
It's not. It's wild what they can do, and it sounds badass. It's like a go kart. Is what I mean. It's crazy because they don't weigh anything.
Yeah.
They're super light. So yeah, my 3 are kind of lame, but
I feel like that's a good Dodge guy answer, though. I feel like because they don't have, you're right, a good track car. They like big, fast bows. So
Yeah, hopefully they bring something back, man. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't. It's hard to. I think it's going to depend on who the president is.
I was gonna say we had a few red administrations here to bring some fast cars
That's
back.
true though. I think that's probably what's going to have to happen,
Yeah.
in my opinion. So yeah.
Yeah, dude, I love being down here. Texas, it's either this or Tennessee for me. I feel.
Me, it's Texas or Florida. These are super
Florida.
similar.
Yeah, I got family down in Florida, down in Jacksonville, so I wouldn't mind that. But they had, I went for a walk. There was just snakes everywhere.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's the same down here, but
It depends on the city. Like maybe snakes and rodents and all that good stuff. But yeah.
we're just not used to it from up north.
I was gonna say where you guys are from now. Yeah.
I've been to Texas quite a few times. My dad went to high school in Lampasas.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So he's kind of a Texas guy.
Okay.
We like what you guys are all about down here anyway.
Hey man. Well, I'm from California, so like this is like completely 180. But
Yeah.
if you couldn't pay me to move back to California.
Well, if you want to feel like you're going to California, just go hang out in Austin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But even then, that's not that bad. Like,
Right.
California, just every time I go and visit, I'm cool for like 2 or 3 days. I'm like, this is why I don't live here.
Yeah. I didn't really. I mean, it was cool when I went there. I went there to pick up a Noble with a friend,
Yeah.
and it was cool. It was nice and quiet because it was like peak COVID, so
Yeah,
it was nice and relaxing.
So you didn't have to deal with people. That was your problem. That's why you liked it.
Yeah.
The state is beautiful.
The state
People
itself
suck.
is great.
Yeah.
People suck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do have to ask though, what's the inspiration behind the rap theme?
I grew up in a really terrible area, so like bandanas were a big thing. So I've always been a fan of Paisley, and that's kind of what it's feeding. So yeah, and then there's a sugar skull in the front, kind of like on the drinks. So I grew up in like a really Hispanic area. I've always been a fan of sugar skulls, so that's kind of why that's on the drink, and then that's also why they're on the hood of my car. So, yeah.
It's super cool. Like I mean, whenever I would see it in the For You feed on Instagram, it's just
It's different. It's different. Yeah.
But it's well executed different. Because there's bad different.
No, I agree. I try and make it like where it looks good. So like the new track rock rap is Miami Vice inspired. So I think it looks good. So
I've had this question in the back of my head. You weren't the guy that smashed his windshield, were you? On a demon? That was somebody else, I think, a few years ago. Okay. I saw a yellow demon. I'm like, it's not the same guy, is it? Yeah, the one that did it as like a stunt or whatever. Like
no, I didn't know someone did that.
Well, this was like years ago when
Really?
it first came out. Yeah, I'll have to dig it up. But it was like a stunt. Some guy like
Really?
came out, tire iron or whatever. On
No, that was definitely not. I want to look somebody's ass.
I was just curious if you were into stunts like that. So
No, not anymore. I'm too old for that, dude.
Yeah.
Well, sweet. On that note, where can everybody find you?
You can follow me on Instagram, CaliBoyKev. You can follow me on YouTube, Kevin Van Voris. If you want to know more about my gym or anything that I do, you can literally, sounds kind of like you just Google my name and like I'll have all my info and stuff. So.
What's the name of your gym?
Contagion Athletics,
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the name? I was gonna ask you what's the name of your brother's shop.
Coyote Direct.
Okay.
Makes it easy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Name just click. You said Coyote Direct. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I followed it on Instagram just before Texas 2k.
Yeah. So it's for them it's Coyote. So it's an awesome name. It's very easy.
Yeah.
Simple to remember.
Yeah.
Well, that platform is amazing.
Oh,
I'll say that Coyote is
oh, it's
one of the
great.
greatest things that ever come around.
Yeah, you can't. I don't care if you're what person. You can't talk crap on the Coyote.
No.
They're doing incredible things.
I keep busting all these Chevy guys' balls on there.
I love seeing it go back and forth because
Yeah.
I'm just dodging. I'm just hanging out on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we all just see the takeover stuff. Is all we picture you Dodge guys
I know.
doing.
See,
Yeah.
that's
Right.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, I'm running a takeover. I promise.
Yeah.
Here's a question then. So, okay, Dodge guys were the takeover guys.
Yeah, well, I think that we got to move away from this Mustang crowd killer thing because I'm seeing way more like Challengers and
yeah.
Chargers hitting people like just tail whipping them and making them go flying.
Those are hilarious videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Now I have to fucking cut that. Jesus.
Uh,
I don't even get canceled. All right. Well, that's we have a fourth thing to worry about now. Which we'll
that's
stay
all
off camera.
Yeah.
But other than that, thank you so much for coming
No,
on.
thanks for having me on. Finally glad we got to meet
Yeah.
up. Then whenever I come to Minnesota, I'll hit you guys up for sure.
Well, yeah, the studio's a lot more professional. Things aren't as broken. No IT issues there most of the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, super cool. I'm glad that we were both pretty stubborn on making this happen.
No,
So
hey, it's good, dude. Yeah.
awesome. Well, thank you very much, and you guys know where to find me. We'll see you all next time.
All right.